Hey guys, back again with another CBD update. So I just got my package in the mail and I was able to catch my favorite product on sale 30% off through the Dixie Botanicals website. If you guys have been following some of my CBD videos, you know that I'm very fond of the Dixie Botanicals decarboxylated 25 milligram CBD gel caps. I found it to be most effective for helping with some of my Mal de Debarquement Syndrome symptoms. And what I've noticed the most is it does calm a lot of that sensation of moving, that sensation of rocking and bobbing and swaying. And the time that I notice that it's making the biggest difference is when I'm out doing things that typically really trigger me, like shopping in a grocery store or being in a busy mall or a busy restaurant. Whereas those things would usually be completely disorienting for me. When I was staying on top of a regimen of taking the Dixie Botanicals gel caps, I noticed that I kind of almost felt normal-ish. You never really feel normal with Mal de Debarquement Syndrome. But when I would be shopping, even in a place like Costco that would normally really cause my symptoms to skyrocket, I would still be at my normal baseline until I was almost done with my shopping. So anyway, you guys know from my last update that I left you with, I was kind of disappointed with myself for having fallen off of the wagon. I wasn't really feeling as great as I had been feeling while I was sticking with the Dixie Botanicals, because I kind of spun off and started trying some different products, some different tinctures that were a lower dosage. And my symptoms eventually kind of caught back up to me. I ended up back where I started. Then in my last video, I let you guys know that I was going to get back on the wagon with those Dixie Botanical gel caps. So before this video, I did do 4 full weeks of being back on the Dixie Botanical CBD gel caps, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. And I started feeling better. I saw an improvement in my symptoms. I also talked to my doctor about how CBD has been helping with some of my symptoms. And so what we are working on is slowly tapering away from some of my prescription medications to just utilize CBD as the daily treatment. And then depending on how the experiment goes, either take less of my prescription medications on a regular daily basis or save the prescription medications for an as-needed emergency situation. So we're kind of tapering down and replacing with the CBD to see how that will go and see what my option is going to be there. When I first started this journey, I did 3 weeks on the Dixie Botanicals gel caps, and I knew in those first 3 weeks that it was really making a difference. I felt improvement when I was going out to stores. I felt improvement when I was in restaurants. I didn't feel as much improvement from it on this round, even though I stuck with it for 4 consecutive weeks. And I don't know if that's due to the fact that I was slowly tapering away from some of my prescription medications, whereas those previous weeks that I was using the Dixie Botanicals and was feeling so great, I was also taking all of my prescription medications. One thing I also realized is during those 3 weeks when I really felt a lot of improvement during the beginning of this experiment, I was doing a lot of microdosing with edibles because I had ordered the Hemp subscription box, and it had a lot of CBD gummies in it, and they were just little tiny 10 milligram doses of CBD per gummy. So I was taking my CBD gel cap in the morning, and then in the afternoon, if I was noticing an increase in symptoms, I'd go ahead and pop a gummy in my mouth, and then at the end of the night, again, I'd take another CBD gel cap. I was also vaping CBD in a vape pen, and I think that was making a big difference for me too, because if you guys watched some of my previous videos, I talked about how I noticed immediate relief from the CBD vape. if I were to go into a store and become triggered when I came out of the store, I would take a few draws from my vape pen and immediately symptoms would come back down to baseline. And I had not been doing any vaping during this last 4-week course of the Dixie Botanical CBD gel caps. But I want to get back on track with the microdosing. I'm not a huge fan of vaping. I don't feel like it's really a healthy thing to do, but I noticed that it helped my symptoms. And I guess I'm hung up on this theory right now that if I can let my brain feel calmness and stillness for long enough to remember what it was, maybe this will go away. Maybe I will once again be able to feel stillness, because it's been so long since I've felt what still is. I think some people take stillness for granted, and you don't realize what a world without stillness is until you're trapped in a world without stillness. And so I just right now want to do whatever I can do to help my brain feel that sense of calm and still again, in the hopes that it's going to recognize that and be like, oh yeah, this is where we're supposed to be. Back to microdosing with edibles. Hemp Meds does not offer a lot of options for like CBD edibles or gummies or anything like that. And I started thinking about how this CBD isolate is really such a great bang for your buck, with getting the 1,000 milligrams of CBD for under $40. And I have cooked with CBD before, so what I'm thinking about doing is ordering some more isolate powder when I see another sale happening. And then making some of my own edibles. Now, my issue with this before was that it's difficult to figure out what dosage you're getting when you're just scooping out a little tiny scoop of powder. So if I wanted to create some 10 milligram candies to microdose on throughout the day, what I would want to do essentially is dump this into a mixture and create 100 edibles out of it. Then I know that each of those edibles probably has close to 10 milligrams of CBD, as long as I mix it properly. So what I think I'm going to do for an upcoming video is do a cooking with CBD video. So we will do a little recipe together and make some CBD edibles from home. Oh, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click that little subscribe button down below so that you can join me for my cooking with CBD video. I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are too. If you have a recipe for cooking with CBD and you want to share it, go ahead and let me know about it down in the comments below. I would love to try it out. So my thoughts about switching from my prescription medications to CBD. I am trying to be positive and optimistic about it. One of my biggest concerns, however, of switching to CBD is that a 1-month supply of my prescription medication costs me about $8 after my insurance. A 1-month supply of CBD costs me over $150, and it can't be billed to insurance. That's one other thing that I want to raise awareness to, is that there are so many people out there with illnesses that either cannot be treated with big pharma pharmaceuticals. There's also so many prescription medications that cause such severe side effects that a lot of people right now are really benefiting from CBD. And I wish that we could somehow make CBD more cost effective for people who need access to it for health reasons, especially people who have nowhere else to turn. You know, you look at the thousands of people suffering from MdDS, and every doctor that we go to, we're kind of met with the reality that there's not a whole lot they can do. This is not curable, it's not treatable, and you just kind of have to hope that you're going to go into remission. I know that there are a few MdDS warriors out there who claim that CBD did bring them to remission, and I really feel like it was close to bringing me to remission because I was feeling so much more improvement from the CBD than I had ever felt from any of the prescription medication that I was taking. I just really wish that it was more cost effective, because not everybody suffering from a medical condition has the ability to spend $150 every month on a supplement. These containers have 30 gel caps in them, 25 milligrams each. It ends up being 750 milligrams per bottle. These bottles are typically $109 each. When I find them on a sale, I get them for just under $80. Once again, that's only 750 milligrams of CBD in that entire bottle for what's originally $109. This isolate powder, generally, I think it's like $42, $43 without any discount, but if I can find it on sale, I can get it for closer to like a little under $35. You definitely get more bang for your buck with this. This is ordered through Medical Marijuana Inc. as well. It's another product that's by Hemp Meds. This is 1,000 milligrams. Hemp Meds is the distribution company for Medical Marijuana Inc., and Hemp Meds was included as one of the first 13 companies to receive the U.S. Hemp Authority seal. This shipment took a little bit longer to get to me than I expected, so I had to dig back into my cabinets through some of the other CBD products that I've tried throughout this little journey, and I had to dig out some of the old things that I've tried before to kind of get me through these few days while I was waiting for my shipment to arrive. I've been adding this to my coffee in the morning, and then in the evening I take one of the raw CBD capsules that I had floating around from last time. I don't really feel like the raw is as helpful for neurological issues. I've read that raw CBD is helpful for inflammation, but I just don't see it being a big relief for some of my symptoms that I'm experiencing. But it was just a way for me to keep my CBD levels up while I was waiting to get my new shipment in. So I'm going to pick back up with you guys again, hopefully in a couple weeks. We are going to see how this continuation of CBD treatment is working for me, and see if I'm able to continue tapering away from my prescription medications, if I incorporate some microdoses of CBD edibles throughout the day. Be sure to check out some of my previous videos about my CBD journey and for more details and info about products I've tried. You can find the links listed in the description below.